Okay, where's that podcast? Because I want to finish.
The podcast. Didn't I send it to myself?
Yeah, I think you did.
I did.
Let me go ahead and find it.
He tells me to send it to myself.
And maybe later we'll do the He-Man thing.
The
Hypecast
Hypecast Sword of Art Online Part 2. Is that it?
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, I'm just making sure.
Isn't it me in the message?
Yep. Take like
Yeah.
a minute. Okay.
Like I said, there's not much left. So. Oh, for the love of God, come on.
I empathize with you. Yeah. I understand that wanting to build something like this is really challenging. Doing it regardless of the consequences. Wanting to bring it. That was just my 2 cents about the whole thing. But now let's talk about let's compare let's compare the villains that folks come into.
Tell me when you come back, okay? And I'm gonna like this too because you never know, there might be interesting stuff. Okay? Still there? Nikki? Yo, hello? 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 Okay, as I'm waiting, I'm gonna just wait for her.
He said today and what it means for his chances to make it back in time for the U.S. Open. And the Donald Sterling controversy takes another dramatic twist today.
Yeah, I'm still. Yeah, I was just waiting for you.
Sorry, I was getting coffee. I know. It's the rest of my coffee from earlier. I don't drink it all. I just drink it a little bit. And it's nasty. Sorry. I'm a coffee drinker, okay, Darren? You like it? Don't like it, then oh well.
Girl is in critical.
Now we can finish this.
Yes. Sorry for leaving.
Yeah, that's basically just Sugo and Heathcliff.
So you all know my feelings on Heathcliff. I think that, of course, what he did was evil, but the way he went about it was very simple.
Yeah.
He wasn't a villain per se.
I liked him as a villain just because like he was fair. Like he didn't really.
Yeah.
Like I just liked him more than Sugo.
I think he was fair.
Like he was a good villain, and Sugo was an evil villain.
Yeah. I empathize with you.
Yeah.
I understand that wanting to build something ever since you were a child, doing it regardless of the consequences, but wanting to create your own world, or God, basically.
Yeah.
I can understand that.
If I were God, of course.
I were God. Okay. Sugo, on the other hand, he also had God complex. He did too want to be God, but he went about it like horrible routes.
Yeah, like Heathcliff, I would be like, okay, I accept you. Sugo, I want to just like punch him in the face.
Mind control. Take people against the will.
Heathcliff, like Heathcliff did like work. Well, you could argue that he did torture him, but like not like okay, it wasn't perfect. So,
Can you see it?
Yes.
he didn't actually like pull them still, force them into.
You give him a chance.
Yeah, he gave him a chance. Sugo would just kidnap people and torture them.
There was no chance.
Yeah, like there was something like
Sugu was a bad.
It's just,
Sugu was.
he's a good villain.
Yeah, guy.
You were right.
He was a villain, but I hated him.
Yeah, so did I,
Like,
dude.
I wanted him to go die as soon as he showed up on screen.
Talk about it, so did I. I don't like him either.
We were cheering. We were cheering when he slammed his head into the car door. Like that was like a great event. And he would die. I didn't feel it. I didn't feel it was empty.
yeah, like I think the main thing for me is I actually respect it. I had no respect for Sugo.
I wholeheartedly I respect it. Here, I think everybody takes my cheer to a step.
Character development.
Everything is real, how his beliefs. And with his beliefs, not only like help himself, but help everyone else. Like, Asuna was very like Asuna all she wanted to do was to clear the good. She was a girl raised by her parents to be the best at everything, a perfect girl. Every day she was stuck in the game.
Wow, I need to read the book. Because they're going into the character things as a book.
Oh,
Because there was a light novel before there was the anime, so.
which is cool.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I think it is.
She was going napping, saying, I was going to nap. Up in the photo, I was smiling when napping. Well, right now,
Yeah, like I have all my senses. It's a nice thing. Like
from the fucking
yeah, it's just really light.
I mean, it's not terribly bad, but still, no.
I know.
Kind of really.
she takes a nap with him, and her whole perspective changes. He becomes the reason so that she can live, and vice versa. That's why they say the humans is that different. And Kirito the whole entire time, he feels like in the third book, he feels like I'm not done. was still in art class. I haven't left yet. I've had all over. I can't be here enjoying my life when she's there stuck in a cage. I don't know. He's such a great character. He never does anything that I feel like the normal is supposed to do. Except for the Deus Ex Machina.
Yeah. I was hoping I forgot what that is. It's basically just like, shit, I forgot to add this song, so this is now, so it makes it like that. Get it. Okay. That's great.
Deus Ex Machina basically means when it seems like an outside source helps the group. That's super
Yeah,
basic.
it's basically like,
It's basically what the code was. Was that Deus Ex Machina thing.
Wait.
how do I read this?
Now I get it, what that term means. Because I really thought it was like a gay term, but like, I kid you not, I really thought it was a gay term.
You really thought that?
Oh wait, I have this phone.
I got the last 5 seconds.
Yeah, I've actually had it for a while, I just never used it. So now, I've never needed it.
It's like an app, like when he flipped his Kirito this pocket in the master control. I let him use Kirito as a person. He flipped it there at the last second.
Yeah.
And, you know, it doesn't ruin it, but it kind of just doesn't have a it makes me realize that you know the good things. Like I get super wrong with them, but I'm like there right with them. Things that happen with steps back in the day. Remember that I feel like
Yeah. So yeah, I this is my channel. There's a like should like since Kirito has like input login and password search, would it mean you can pretty much break it down?
So I argue that yes, but I don't think Kirito would ever use it.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, this actually ties into like next stuff. Like, since he has the password, so he can just be constantly using it. And just so you all know, there's like 10 books in it. So it seems like everything is.
There's gonna be like every year they're probably gonna come out with one of these.
Based on
There's like 10 books.
Oh,
There's like 10 of them.
10 of them?
like the game
How much they are?
it will probably transfer over into other games. So
Yeah.
like you could
What?
Do you know how much they are?
If they're not a lot, I would like to like. I'm gonna see if they put them in English. Like I'm gonna see if they have a in like audiobook.
Something cool to have. For both of us, you know?
Audiobook form.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna look that up
it's like
after this is finished.
Okay.
compile like to be compile level or you just like SEA stuff.
Sure. But I feel like Kirito doesn't have access to the system as infinitum. I'm sure, I don't think he remembers the password. He wasn't talking when he said it.
Yeah, you just so funny.
So, yeah, I
think you were just recording.
I feel like, well, if he did, because if you guys don't know, or obviously don't know, Kirito basically becomes like a secret agent in the next couple of books where he investigates cyber crimes. And if Joy would say, if what Joy said it was 100% correct, that he had access to the system at infinitum, then he wouldn't. All these games are based off of the world scene, so obviously all these systems he has access to. It's what's it called? Magical.
I actually explain it actually scary.
Well, basically, when he died, he put his consciousness into the
Like yeah, he developed a scanner for like would activate this scanner that had a 1 in 1,000 chance of him actually living.
That lucky bastard.
Oh, of it actually working, so like, he put like a sliver of his conscience in.
So basically, he was playing Code Veil.
Yeah, I didn't like that show.
Really? Oh, that was right.
No, it was a good show, but I was just
Basically, he puts consciousness in somewhere in the virtual world. And basically, it becomes what the humans of Obi-Wan Kenobi helps him.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. They really put a reference to that.
Hey, I hate to tell you, but Devon ain't gonna be able to go because of someone got him in trouble for something he didn't do.
What's up?
Because someone got him in trouble saying that he wanted this or something on a phone, and he can't go to prom because of it.
That's stupid.
I know. And he's upset about it and stuff. But I was hoping he did because, you know, he likes going to the proms and have fun and stuff. Now he can't.
And he could beat me too.
Huh?
And he could beat me too.
I know, but he can't now. Because someone ruined it.
I hate that.
I know.
I mean, you seriously have to run it for somebody else.
Exactly.
so far, yeah.
So we're still being, okay, so obviously everyone else always knew about me. Love the books. The anime is fucking great. So Jerry, as someone who started reading the book, I am. How do you feel? Like, do you think it should still continue? Because I was satisfied personally with the third book, but with the fourth book, it was still teasing.
Yeah, the first one I got ended, but I was sad, I was okay with it. And then, I was like, okay, that's good. Now it's like a good so far, so I don't think I'm going to like it because it's a shooter. Just because it's a shooter. It's what I work with a good game.
Who cares? If you're into the characters, who cares what the game's like? I mean, Kirito's gonna be a girl in the next one. Who cares? You know?
It's a MMO.
Have an issue?
You know what I mean?
Why is someone having an issue about it?
No. One of them is just saying that he's probably not gonna get into the other one because it's a shooter game.
So?
And I'm like, who cares? If you're invested in these characters, and you want to see that their stuff,
Right.
you know, pan out.
It's basically Sword Art with guns. Really? No, it's a open world with monsters, but the medium of attacking is guns, no longer magic and swords.
I thought it was just like they play against each other.
No, there's monsters. That's why they said in the beginning that there are two types of guns. One's for fighting monsters and one's for fighting. So I don't know how I feel about it. The biggest issue I have is because I'm so into the Asuna Kyoto relationship, but Asuna is really not part of Kyoto's whole badass 007 virtual ninja thing.
I hope she.
She's really not. She doesn't go into the game with them. And I've spoiled it a little on the books for myself, just to see the plots for it. Asuna really doesn't take much of she isn't really part of the plot much. It's the side stories, yes. And in the real world, she of course
Yes.
But while in the virtual world, it's not him. Again, he's with girls who fall in love with him.
Really? They always have to go through that.
But still, I don't know. I would be done what I would try to do with. I feel like it's not going to be as good. That's, you know, it's a little bit. At least we have Excel World.
Yeah, I started with that.
Excel World is, you guys follow me on Twitter, please.
Cell World is really awful.
I find this insane that the optional author. It's insane that this author wrote 2 books about virtual games, and
They're
It's still
basic.
drastically different.
Yeah, monsters.
Yeah, you can argue that the games are different genres, but still they're virtual games where you are playing with your five senses in a different world. It's just I don't know. I find that insane. That right such different stories. I mean, the main characters are completely different. Female leads are actually they're not bad. They actually are lots of good.
Yeah, I really talk solo.
The worlds are completely different. Absolutely different. I mean, the fighting, the systems, gameplay, reasons why they play home, those are different. But kind of, I would enjoy it. I really watch this world as anime. Right now, I'm really pissed off because we're up for the Lord arc. In the middle of a big arc. It's, you know, for, So, yeah, I would like to thank you, Joseph, for participating in the podcast. You know, this will be a two-parter because, Jesus Christ, we are already at 50 minutes for part 2.
Okay.
How did you feel about the podcast? Did you like it?
Well, yeah.
Okay. I liked it.
Me too.
One thing I'm just going to say is that it's really a bad right now. It's actually not okay. Just like so good for right now.
I just turned my bed on low.
Yeah, mine's
So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. We may do another one for something else. I'm pretty high-fish when it comes to anime, and I'm not shy about dragging Joey in with me when I watch something new.
Yeah, if I actually decide to watch it.
I might do this for other things for other people, but we'll see what comes next. I would like to thank you for listening. This is Coordinate from Thank You for Playing.
Joey from other other places. This is my regret.
And we will see you next time.
That is pretty good.
Yes, it is.
Let me just see what else this guy has. Because now I'm kind of curious. Real quick. So now that we've finished it, like, I want to see what else. Hold on. I just want to see what else this guy has because
That's fine. You can do so.
I'm just kind of curious at that point.
Okay.
Okay, maybe I'll just do the okay. Maybe I'll just do the spoiler thing.
Okay. That's fine.
Oh, he does an explaining of Kingdom Hearts.
Ooh. Hmm.
That's
Very interesting.
nice, I think.
Welcome to Explain. Explain is a series in which we take two people, one expert on a certain subject, and one pretty much knows nothing on a certain subject. We allow the expert 1 minute to explain as much as they can about that subject. Now, the non-expert listens. The non-expert then must relay as much information about that subject back to the expert and possible audience. Let's just say it doesn't go so well. Start!
Okay, so in the beginning there was like light, right? Like Disney stuff, like woo, light, and then like everyone's like, yeah, I want the light for myself, so they started fighting each other, and then like, woo, war, everyone was like, it's actually instead of like they wanted the Kingdom Hearts thing in with the power of the Keyblade, but anyway, so then there's this big Keyblade and they fought each other, and then in the midst of the war they made this Keyblade. It's not actually Keyblade, it's actually thing, and then it got so bad with the It gets up and made that Keyblade, everyone stopped, the war stopped, and then like the Keyblade is destroyed into 13 darknesses and 7 worlds. Yeah, so then there's this guy named Xehanort who's like, hi, I want to make the Keyblade. So then he took this guy named Ventus and tried to train him to make him make the Keyblade. So he trained, but then Ventus was like, no, I don't want the darkness. So then he's like, okay, I'm going to expand the darkness. So then Ventus and split him in half of light and dark, and Ventus is like, oh, I'm dying. And this newborn heart comes around, he's like, hi, I think my name's Zora, but I don't know, I'm not born yet, but I can help you because I'm fair and light and stuff. And then okay.
Stop!
Oh man, that's not even the beginning of Birth by Sleep.
I need you to now explain everything that you heart is. Okay.
I didn't even get to
Everything. You can use outside knowledge if you know more. But I need you to at least get to the end of Kingdom Hearts 1. Okay, ready? Go! There's no time. Just go. Just tell us what Kingdom Hearts is about.
Okay, there's a light and a key. The key lies that. And Sora came out of nowhere, and this guy or something.
Yeah.
And for some reason, they took apart Mark or slash Roxas. And there was salt popsicles or something. Sea salt ice cream. I remember that. Except there's a door for a Kingdom Heart, which is square.
This is bad.
What do you mean?
No, I'm gonna like it. The guy started to explain Kingdom Hearts after the girl started to explain it, and he's frankly.
Oh.
Let me just do that spoiler thingy for the books. Because what happened to your computer?
Because it's acting stupid again. I'm getting tired of it. What?
I'm just gonna look it up on here and then send it to you again. Or can you send it to me?
I can get it. It's just being weird at that time. It's like it's the other thing. It's something else. Why do you want me to send it to you?
Gun Gale Online. What do you? I'll send it to you again.
Okay. Well, I got it right here. If you send it, it's still there. You don't need to send it to me again.
So, pretty much everybody must know what Sword Art Online, right? But for those of you who don't, it was an anime series from last year. It's a light novel series.
Let me go ahead and do this. Because then I could just... I sent it to you again.
Okay.
So I could just
Want me
get
to send
on,
it myself?
get on Facebook and get it. If you wouldn't subscribe to this guy's kind of interesting.
Yes. Very. It is interesting. I like it.
I mean,
Damn.
some of the stuff is like spoilers, but still.
Yeah.
What the? Okay.
Everything okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
This video contains level 90 elite spoilers for the anime Sword Art Online and volumes 1 through 4 of the same series. There will be no epic loot for watching it. So, pretty much everybody must know about Sword Art Online, right? But for those who don't, it was an anime series from last year, based on a light novel series with the same, about a group of players who got stuck in a VR MMO, or death in game, and death in real life.
Hold on.
Depending on who you ask, it was either the
Hold on. Let me at least put.
Who shaves a husky? You fuck up, you nuts. You're not supposed to shave them.
Okay. Let me start this from the beginning.
Sorry.
This video contains level 90 elite spoilers for the anime Sword Art Online and volumes 1 through 4 of the same series. There will be no epic loot for watching it. So, pretty much everybody must know Sword Art Online, right? But for those of you who don't, it was an anime series from last year, based on a light novel series with the same name, about a group of players who got stuck in a VR MMO, or death in game, and death in real life. Depending on who you ask, it was either the best anime of 2012 or the most overrated anime of 2012. I'm going to try to dodge that particular blame in this video, although I did find a few problems with the anime that seem to have been caused by being too loyal to its source material. For example, the main villain.
Sometimes you have it. Sometimes you have stuff that is too loyal to its source material.
Yeah.
You know.
First novel was never given any motivation for his actions. They could, and in my opinion, should have changes for the anime. The biggest flaw in Volume 1, though, was in its structure. In the novel, right off the opening scene, there was a huge 2-year jump in time, all the way from floor 1 to floor 74. It appears that the author also thought this huge hole in the timeline was a problem, as he later wrote a set of separate side stories set in this period, which A1 Pictures then used as individual episodes for the anime. Red-Nosed Reindeer became episode 3, Black Swordsman became episode 4, War for the Heart became episode 7, and so forth. So if you ever wondered why Arc 1 of the anime is so filled with disconnected filler episodes, this is why. Now, this was all just speculations. I was obviously not there when they made the anime, but this is what appears to have happened. Now, despite all of these flaws, the original show was still a halfway decent reach. Nothing amazing, but still decent. It was covered in Fairy Dust, which later became Arc 2 of the anime, that the series got hit by a giant block of concrete and lost all common sense. My thought process while reading it went something like this. Why is Oscar reduced to plot device? Why does Kirito's cousin want to sleep with him? Why is the neighbor a child molester? Now who are these two? Why?
Oh god.
Fighting this guy? What on earth is going on with this?
Yeah, because like at the second arc of the anime, it gets really good, but it's like you scratch your head some parts.
Right.
Bankai kind of does explain what happens in the second arc during the first arc.
Yeah.
It's his cousin. Why would you want to? Technically, you're still in the family. So it's like, why would you want to? You know?
What? Like, what are you talking about? Like, are you talking about...
Like the whole relationship between Kirito and, like...
Oh, you know what, Darren? People do. You don't see it, but there is. There's a lot of people that are actually... It's true, it's happened.
I mean, oh my god! You know?
Well,
anyway, keep going. I'm gonna keep going with this.
Decided to quit halfway to volume 4 after that one scene, which creeped me out, even when it was just a text format. But whatever, none of this really matters, so let's talk about what we're actually here. Let's talk about Phantom Bullets.
Phantom Bullet.
The Phantom Bullet picks up shortly after the end of Fairy-Dance, where Kirito, Asuna, and Yuri have now spent their time living happy, peaceful family life inside.
But I want this to become the anime so much. I want this next arc.
By ALO. Unfortunately, over another VR MMO called Gun Gale Online, a guy who calls himself Death Gun has seemingly been able to kill 2 players in real life in the game. Rather than just simply temporarily shutting it down and let the police investigate the matter, the Japanese government decided that the best course of action was sending Kirito to hunt the guy down. Okay? The anime tells you all the backstory that you need to know, so you should be able to jump straight into it without reading volumes 1 through 4. So the length of the story might put off a lot of readers, as the 2 volumes combine almost 700 pages in total. Just like its name implied, GDO was entirely based on gunfights and had a huge focus on action, so the entire plot practically boils down to Kirito trying to capture Death Gun trying to cause death with a gun, while a lot of explosions and gunshots are fired in the process. Alright, I guess I'm fine with this, but there was one thing that confused me early on. Phantom Bullet, where did everybody else go? Yeah, apparently, Reiki decided to take every single character we have come to know up until this point and throw them all into a dumpster. No Lufa, no Yui, no Klein, even Asuna barely gets any focus at all, even though she was the main and only thing driving the plot in Fairy-Dance. Instead, we're introduced a new female heroine, Simon. My first reaction to her was, great, more of this Kirito's harem. What are we at now, like 7? Whatever. Fine, Phantom Bullet. Who is this Simon girl? Whereupon the Phantom Bullet replied, she's a machine made of cold ice, who are only playing GTO to kill the enemy. Namely, everyone stronger than her. Also, she hates Kirito's guts and wants nothing more than to put a bullet between his eyes with a giant sniper rifle. So, seriously? Yeah. I could not believe this at first, but Simon was nothing short of awesome. There was one moment later on which made me raise an eyebrow when she had a major emotional breakdown. But then I remembered that if she was just a badass ice cream all the time, she would be a pretty bad character. So, drop your jaws, everybody. There's a good female character in the SAO universe. So is this really necessary?
Oh god.
Yeah, in case you didn't know, it is in fact possible to put fan service in books. Moving on. As for Kirito, not much has changed. Poorly hungry,
He's a girl.
he's still so OP as he
Get
ever was.
into a girl.
He's a girl. No. I kid you
know.
not. He's a girl.
So,
I mean, the only thing that really changed was the fact that he's a girl now. Yes, the infinite luck hack actually backfired on him this time, and he was lucky enough to roll the extremely rare and valuable M9000 avatar type, which looks like a girl. Honestly, though, this little gimmick really didn't amount to a whole bunch.
Like, holy crap.
Also, a few funny moments when some of the other players gender, and it's
Gay.
certainly didn't.
what?
Like I really want to put a gay reference in here, but no.
Great. Darren. That's funny.
Make up for the sheer amount of stupidity that Kirito brought to the novel. This is easily the biggest problem with the Phantom Bullet. It's so completely covered in dirt moments. If dirt was a substance that could be weaponized and sold, the Phantom Bullet would go for millions to the black market. It started early on when Kirito decided it was a good idea to pick a sword as a primary weapon in a game based on gunfights. And then he continued on to slap
Lightning Saber. Duh.
placing bullets in midair that was fired at him from less than 10 meters at supersonic speed. I guess it never got any worse than the dumbest moments of Faradon's, but it was still too much for my system of disbelief to handle.
What the heck?
Wow.
The sound cut out.
That's weird. Kind of sucks like
Okay.
But it's never got any worse than the dumbest moments of Faradon's.
Okay, I have to
It
read
was
this
still too much
part.
for my suspension of disbelief to handle.
They weren't.
Yeah.
They weren't stupid. Man. Another chosen game.
What's that?
Wait. The song?
The text itself was mostly well written, especially during the action scenes, which were some of the most gripping action scenes in any novel in quite some time. They were easily on the same level as Anthony Horowitz and Dan Brown's best works. The tiny thing that bugged me though was that Ricky tossed out all the he says and she says, which sometimes made it a bit hard to tell just who was
But like, I want this to be an anime so much.
saying what
Like, I don't even care if she's a girl or not.
during any more dialogue.
You know. Like, you know what I mean?
It doesn't bug me as much.
You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Okay, the chapters. Though, while I was reading this novel, I could not shake the feeling that the Phantom Bullet should simply have been a standalone story. It's so disconnected from the previous events in the series that neither fans of the anime or fans of the previous light novels will get a huge kick out of it. It could have been some sort of spin-off set in the Soho universe, or when Kirito and the others replaced with one or two more characters of the same caliber as Simon. But I'm being unfairly honest with Phantom Bullet right now. As a judge it for what it means, not for what it could have been. Because at the end of the day, that's how we're trying to.
What are you watching? What are you watching?
Some crazy stuff. Scary, creepy.
Pause it.
things.
But I always wanted to keep reading just to see what would happen next. In my opinion, this is the best of Soa thus far. It's better than the original Soa because its structure is not broken, and it completely obliterates Faradons in just about every aspect. So, fine Ricky, you can argue with them still. It is a rather weak one though, as I can think of at least one series with a heavy focus on action that I would recommend above the Phantom Bullet. Now, if you will excuse me, I still have at least another 50 hours of my life to dump into rewrites, and I will not regret it.
just checking real quick because he did. Oh crap! This is a link to the White House. Interesting.
Just that one thing.
Okay, but let me first.
You're not supposed to fake husky.
Hey everybody, so I made that second
Oh,
Nick
okay.
animation a while back where I told you we'd make a Q&A video, and so here it is. There weren't that many questions, but some of them were instead really good, which is great.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and. Fuck. Let me go ahead and do Pokemon
Okay.
because I did promise you guys Pokemon. So let me go ahead and find SAO novel on
Because now actually enough.
audiobook. Let me just see if I can find it. Let me just see if I can find the audiobook for this.
Okay. That's fine.
Oh. You would actually be surprised. I found it.
Eh.
A huge castle made of stone and steel, floating in an endless sky. That was all this world was. It took a varied group of craftsmen 1 month to survey the place. The diameter of the base was about 10 kilometers, large enough that the entirety of Setagaya-ku would fit on it. Above, there were 100 floors stacked directly on top of each other. Its sheer size was visible. It was impossible to even guess how much data it consisted of. Inside, there were a couple of large cities, countless small towns and villages, forests, plains, and even lakes. Only one stairway linked each floor to another, and the stairways were in dungeons where large numbers of monsters roamed.
Chapter 1. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, that works.
A huge castle made of stone and steel, floating in an endless sky. That was all this world was. It took a varied group of craftsmen 1 month to survey the place. The diameter of the base was about 10 kilometers, large enough that the entirety of Setagaya-ku would fit on it. Above, there were 100 floors stacked directly on top of each other. Its sheer size was unbelievable. It was impossible to even guess how much data it consisted of. Inside, there were a couple of large cities, countless
Jeez, I'm not cheap either.
forests, plains, and even lakes. Only one stairway linked each floor to another, and the stairways were in dungeons where large numbers of monsters roamed. So discovering and getting through.
Oh, a cow in Snapburg.
However, once
Wow.
I'm gonna.
a huge castle made of stone and steel, floating in an endless sky. That was all this world was. It took a very
You
group
wanna
of
read the
craftsmen
audiobook?
1 month to survey the place.
Yeah, we can do that.
Let me just.
They have it on here?
Yeah, they have the audiobook.
Oh, yeah, let's do that.
And the castle of stone is still floating in the sky. That was all this world was. It took days, and it was past months.
Let me just go.
The only thing about this is some of the people can be sucky at it.
No, this thing is at least the actual audio from the book.
Hmm.
Let me see what this guy thinks of the end first.
Oh, okay.
A huge castle made of stone and steel, floating.
Hold on a second.
Floating in an endless sky. That was all this world was. It took a
That's it? Really?
huge castle made of stone and steel, floating in an endless sky. All this world was.
You ever have those moments where you should think? Where you really...
What did you do?
Like, I want to listen to the audiobook. Because the way they...
Blah, blah, blah. Always crisp and refreshing.
Hello everybody, Melanie Mack here, and you notice something different? Yes, I have addressed this in a video right here, or in the link below, and on my IRL channel, so if you want to check that out, you are welcome to. But moving on to the review, everybody has been asking me to review Sword Art Online, so I'm going to do that right here, right now. So Sword Art Online is 25 episodes long. It takes place in the year 2022, futuristic, and everybody has really taken gaming to the next level with the Nerve Gear. It uses your nerves in your brain and really helps you be more immersed in whatever game you're playing. However, what was discovered later on is that you cannot log out of the game once you are in it. Users who are playing the game are stuck there. If they take off their Nerve Gear or somebody takes it off for them, it kills them, and if they die in the game, they also die in real life. Essentially, what they have to do to be able to get out of the game is to complete the game. I'm going to guess that people aren't really going to want to stick around for in-game. So the main character is named Pinto. He is a young teenager, and he's also really, really good at this game. I'm going to not give away some spoilers here.
He's a badass.
But I will say, he's really good at this game, and he runs into Brawl, who is also a beast. Her name is Asuna. In terms of character design, the characters look awesome. They're really cute, but not overly cutesy. The story progresses really well for the first half. I'd say the first 15 episodes are just amazing. So there's a lot of cool elements to the story. Of course, the combat is amazing, and the strategies that they use, you're really going to relate to those as an MMO player. And even if you're not, you still should appreciate it probably well. And on top of that, there's also a love story, which is really cute, and it's really well done. After the first 15 episodes, however, it does go downhill a little bit. It doesn't get bad, but it's not nearly as impactful as the first 15 episodes. One of the biggest drawbacks with later episodes after the first 15 episodes is like, there is a goal, and there is a main objective. And they kind of lose sight of that a little bit and get distracted. And that's when you're like, okay, what about this? What about this? And you're like, come on. Seriously? This moment. But the second half does redeem itself a little more towards the end. Granted, it still doesn't even compare to the first 15 episodes. But all things considered, it does have a successful ending. So having said that, I give Sword Art Online a promising and strong 4 stars out of 5. So if you want to check out Sword Art Online or other awesome anime, check out crunchyroll.com/MelanieMack. You'll be able to try a free trial of no ads. Computer, on Xbox, on iOS, legal. If you do that, make sure you please use the URL either below or just type in crunchyroll.com/MelodyMax with a legal license. It would be awesome. Thank you guys so much. I'll catch you next time.
Okay, I want to read the audio.
I'm gonna tell you to go somewhere with it.
I want to do the audiobook because they really do. Put stuff in the audiobook that you would never think.
A huge castle made of stone and steel, floating in an endless sky. That was all this world was. It took a varied group of craftsmen 1 month to survey the place. The diameter of the base was about 10 kilometers, large enough that the entirety of a Gaiaku would fit on it. Above, there were 100 floors stacked directly on top of each other. Its sheer size was unbelievable. It was impossible to even guess how much data it consisted of. Inside, there were a couple of large cities, countless small towns and villages, forests, plains, and even lakes. Only one stairway linked each floor to another, and the stairways were in dungeons where large numbers of monsters roamed, so discovering and getting through was no easy matter. However, once someone broke through and arrived at a city in the higher floor, the teleport gates there and in every city in the lower floors would connect, making it possible for anyone to move freely through these levels. Under these conditions, the huge castle had been steadily conquered over 2 years. The front line was currently on the 74th floor. The name of the castle was Aincrad, a floating world of battles, swords that had engulfed approximately 6,000 people, otherwise known as Sword Art Online. A gray sword cut my shoulder. The thin line at the top left of my field of vision shrank slightly. At the same time, a cold hand passed over my heart. The blue line, called the HP bar, is a visual rendering of my life force. There was still a little over 80% left. No, that phrase isn't appropriate. I was about 20% closer to death. I dashed backward before the enemy's sword even began its attack in motion. I forced a huge breath to steady myself. The body in this world didn't need oxygen, but the body on the other side, or rather, the body lying down in the real world, would be breathing heavily. My limp hands would be soaked with sweat, and my heartbeat would be off the charts. Of course, even if everything I see right now is nothing more than a rendering of a 3D virtual reality, and the bar being reduced was nothing more a bunch of numbers that showed my hit points, the fact that I was fighting for my life didn't change. When you think about it like that, this fight was extremely unfair. That's because the enemy in front of me, a humanoid with dully shining arms covered in dark green scales and a lizard's head and tail, was not a human, nor was it really alive. It was a digital lump that the system would replace, regardless of how many times it was killed. No, the AI that controlled the lizard man was studying my movements and enhancing its ability to respond to them with every second that passed. However, once the unit was destroyed, the data would be reset.
Oh my god, really? The audiobook's awesome! Are you listening to this? This is awesome. I'm just gonna go on full screen because all you...
Instead of being passed on to the unit that would regenerate in this area. So, in a sense, this lizard man was also alive.
All you would see is this. Let me just wait for Nikki.
Pregnant, I got lots of it.
Healthcare. Take an important step toward heart health with Mega Red Omega-3 Krill Oil. Mega Red supports 3 markers of heart health: CRP, triglycerides, and Omega-3 index, all in one small pill with no fishy aftertaste. Mega Red Omega-3 Krill Oil. David's heart attack.
Oh my god, this is awesome. Really? Shoot. Come on, don't slow down on me. Really, you idiot. I'm gonna send you the audiobook. Because the audiobook's amazing.
Can you do more?
I'm gonna send you the audiobook.
Oh yeah, but are you gonna do more?
Yeah, I'm gonna do more, but I'm gonna send it to you.
Just asked.
So you can listen, so that you can listen to
Is
it.
that taking over the world again?
So that you can listen when I'm done with the stream.
Okay.
Oh, my bad. I didn't get to do that. Which part did you leave?
Huh?
Okay, just hold on.
Didn't leave there.
Gonna go back.
No.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
put this
well,
on
these
full
are-
screen
We're studying light
because it doesn't matter.
and has
It doesn't matter because all you would see is this. You know?
Right.
its ability to respond to them with every second that passed. However, the moment that this unit was destroyed, the data would be reset instead of being passed on to the unit that would regenerate in this area. So, in a sense, this lizard man was also alive, a single being unique to this world. Right? There was no way that it would have understood the word that I had muttered to myself. But the lizard man, the level 82 monster called Lizard Manlord, hissed and smiled, showing the sharp fangs that protruded from its long jaw. This is reality. Everything in this world is real. There's no virtual reality or fakery of any kind. I shifted the one-handed longsword of my right hand to waist height and watched the enemy. The lizard man moved the buckler in his left hand forward and drew back the scimitar to his right. A chill breeze blew into the dungeon, and the flame of the torch shook. The wet floor softly reflected the flickering torchlight. With a tremendous scream, the lizard man leapt. The scimitar drew a sharp arc as it flew towards me. A blinding orange light lit its trajectory. A high-class, one-hit sword skill for curved sword, Fel Crescent. It was a formidable charged height sword skill that covered a distance of 4 meters in 0.4 seconds. But, as I was already expecting the attack, I had slowly increased the distance to alert the AI to creating this situation. I closed in on the lizard man, my mind registering the burning smell the scimitar left behind as it sliced through the air nearly centimeters before my nose. Ha! With a short shout, I swung my sword horizontally. The sword, now covered in sky-blue light, cut through the thinly protected stomach, and bright red light scattered instead of blood. There was a low scream. However, my sword didn't stop. The system assisted me through the programmed movements and chained the next slash with a speed that normally would have been impossible. This is the most important element in battles in this world, sword skill. The sword sped off right from left and cut into the lizard.
This is awesome!
Mm-hmm. It's really cool.
Yes. In this state, I spun my body around in a circle, and the third strike struck the enemy deeper than before. As soon as the lizardman recovered from being stunned briefly because it failed to hit with a big skill, it screamed with rage, or perhaps fear, and raised its scimitar high in the air. But my chain had not ended. The sword that had been swinging right suddenly sprung, as if forced by a spring, leftened up and hit its heart, a critical point. The sky blue rhombus drawn by my 4 consecutive hits flashed, then scattered, a horizontal consecutive 4-hit skill, horizontal square. The clear light shone strongly in the dungeon, and then faded. At the same time, the HP bar above the lizard man's head disappeared without leaving a single dot. The huge body fell, leaving a long trail, then suddenly stopped awkwardly. With a sound similar to breaking glass, it broke down into polygons and disappeared. This is the death of this world. It is instantaneous and short, a perfect destruction, not even leaving a single trace. I glanced at the virtual
This is really good.
experience points and drop items I received, appearing in verbal font in the center of my vision. I swung my sword right and left before sheathing it in the scabbard on my back. I backed away a few steps and slid slowly down with my back against the dungeon wall. I spat out the breath I was holding and closed my eyes. My temples started throbbing, perhaps from fatigue due to the fight. I shook my head a couple of times to get rid of the pain and opened my eyes. The shining clock at the bottom of my field of vision showed that it was already past 3 p.m. I should get out of the labyrinth, or I won't make it to the city before dark. Should I get started? There was nobody there to listen, but I spoke anyways, and got up slowly. I was done with making progress for the day. Somehow, I had escaped the hand of death again today. But after a brief rest, tomorrow will come with more battle.
Would you mind posting this to yourself? This is really good.
No, I don't mind doing that.
When you are fighting battles without a 100% chance of victory, however many safety nets you prepare, there's going to be a day when you fall out of Lady Luck's favor. The problem is whether this game will be clear or not, before I draw the Ace of Spades. If you value your life above all else, staying in the village and waiting for somebody else to clear the game is the wisest route to take. But I go to the front lines
This is really, really good.
every day, solo.
That sounds like something we do in this on the
No, they go into detail. And this is really good.
Yes, it is very good.
VR MMO, who
I like
keeps
it.
increasing countless battles, or
Kind of calming too.
who insolently believes that he can win the freedom of everyone in this world with his sword. As I started walking towards the labyrinth entrance, with a slight smile of self-scorn, I thought back to that day, 2 years ago, the moment when everything ended and began.
This is really good. So I recommend it. I recommend it. Yeah. I seriously do
Okay.
recommend it.
I might have asked you this before, but who's your favorite character in SAO?
Probably Kirito, because he's a total badass.
I like him too.
The sword swing took me
Oh,
strange.
yeah, but it didn't sound right.
No, it's chapter 2 now.
I know, but it was like, it does have a dirty mind. Don't even remind me. Or don't ask. Just move on. Wait.
Right after Blue Boar, which moved surprisingly quick considering its bulk, charged fiercely at its assailant. I burst into laughter, watching him fly through the air and roll around on the hill after being hit by the boar's flat nose. Not like that. The first movement isn't horrifying. Bastard. The complaining assailant, a party member called Klein, got him.
Yeah. I might want to keep this on the download for now. Because
Oh,
they
I think
do
I'm bad.
cuss.
Mm.
Up and glanced at me while answering plaintively. But Kirito, even if you say that, I can't do anything about the fact that it's moving. I met this person who had reddish hair held up by a bandana and simple leather armor worn over his thin body a few hours ago. If he had revealed his real name, it would have been hard to admit beyond horrifics, but his name, Klein, and mine, Kirito, are both names we had made up for our characters. Putting san or kun at the end of them would sound more comical than anything.
Kirito.
The legs of the person in question started shaking. Seems like he's a little dizzy. I picked up a pebble from the undergrowth at my feet and raised it up my shoulder. As soon as the system detected the first motion of a sword skill, the pebble started giving off a slight green light. After that,
It was right in the anime.
Yeah.
my left hand almost moved by itself, and the pebble went flying, drawing a straight line of light and hitting the boar between its eyebrows. The boar squealed in fury and turned towards me. Of course they move. They're not trained enemies, but if you begin the correct motion, the system will put your sword skill into motion and hit the target for you. Motion, motion. While muttering this like some sort of spell, Klein raised the cutlass that he held in his right hand. Although the blue boar, officially named Frenzy Boar, was a level 1 monster, Klein had lost almost half of his HP from being hit by counterattacks due to his wild swings. Well, even if he died, he just respawned at the starting city near here. But coming all the way out of this hunting ground again was somewhat annoying. It seemed like there was one move left before the fight reached its final conclusion. I cocked my head as I blocked the boar's charge from the sword with my right hand. How should I explain? It's not like 1, 2, 3, then strike, but more like having a bit of energy, and then as soon as you feel the start, it goes BAM! And you feel it hit the monster. Bam, eh? Klein's roughly handsome face grimaced itself into an unsightly image as he leveled his sword at his waist. Inhale, exhale. After taking a deep breath, he lowered his stance and raised the sword as if he was going to shoulder it. This time, the system sensed the pose correctly.
This is really good. This must be the audiobook. The actual audiobook.
Yes, it is actually.
This is awesome.
I think it is.
So I wonder if you can actually buy this.
Oh yeah, I think there is audiobooks for people who can't read or just like to listen to them or just can't or deaf.
I
like
do.
The show.
Because like this goes into detail. I mean.
I know it goes in wild detail. I understand. I know because Hunger Game. When we did that at school, Darren, they did the audiobook while doing the reading as well, and then we watched the movie on it.
To follow along.
Yeah.
Because, like, crud.
And yes, they do go in a lot of detail.
With a movement that was complete.
I'm just waiting for Grandma to come and get me for dinner.
Oh, yeah.
Like, as I'm doing it.
Are you gonna go sing?
As I'm doing it, as I'm listening to the book.
You can say goodnight to me too, right?
With sound, the sword drew its flame red trajectory through the air. The Reaver, a basic skill of the one-handed curved sword, struck the boar right in its neck as it was about to charge.
I'm sure if you gotta go to dinner, you gotta go to bed because.
Yeah.
No.
But this is awesome.
Yeah, it is. I like it.
Like as soon as we finish volume 2, as soon as we finish volume 1, I'm gonna go straight to volume 2.
I like how it says. Volume. Yeah.
And it's not like the guy is explaining it like nicely. It's not like. I'm pretty sure. Do you think that this was translated into English? The book itself?
It could have, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was because We're listening to the audiobook, and the audiobook's in English.
Oh, okay.
No. This isn't the audiobook. This is a guy reading it.
It's not the audiobook, it's just a guy reading a thing. An audiobook is when you got like something recorded in the back or whatever. I mean, he is kind of an audiobook because he's kind of reading it to you, so he's kind of doing an audiobook himself.
Yeah.
So he's just reading it for you. He's being an audiobook.
Well, I'm doing volume 2 as soon as this ends.
Okay.
As soon as volume 1 ends, we're just going into volume 2.
That's fine.
Lines was about half full. It gave a pitiful cry, and its larger body battered like glass, and purple numbers appeared, showing how many verbal experience points I gained.
Yeah!
Klein struck an overblown pose of victory with a huge smile on his face, and raised his left hand. I high-fived him and smiled again. Congrats on your first victory, but that boar? It's about as hard as slimes from other game. Really? I thought it was some sort of semi-boss or something. Not a chance. My smile became a little forced as I sheathed my sword on my back. Even though I was teasing him, I understood he was feeling right now. Since I had 2 more months of experience,
I'm just so happy.
It was only.
I'm just so happy that I was able to find this.
Yeah, me too.
Now that he could feel the exhilarating feeling of destroying his enemy with his own hands. Klein started to use the same sword skill over and over again, yelling as he did so, perhaps as a way of practicing. I left him alone and looked around. The endlessly stretching plains gave off a beautiful red as the sun had started setting. Way up north, there was a silhouette of a forest, a sparkling lake down south, and I could just about make out the walls that surrounded the cities to the east. To the west, there was a limitless sky going on forever, with bunches of golden clouds drifting by. We were at the plains that stretched to the west of the starting city, which was situated at the north end of the first floor of the colossal floating castle, Minecraft. There should be numerous players fighting monsters around here, but because of the enormous size, none of them were visible. Finally, seeming satisfied, Klein sheathed his sword and walked over while observing the area as well. But really, however many times I look around like this, I still can't believe that this is inside the game. Well, even if you say inside, it's not like our souls were sucked in or anything. Our brain is just seeing and hearing instead of our eyes and ears, with the signals that the nerve gear is sending, I said with a shrug. Klein pouted like a kid. You might be used to it now, but for me, it's the first time doing a full dive. Isn't it awesome? Really, it's a relief that I was born in this era. You're exaggerating. But as I laughed, I totally agreed with him.
Yeah. Do you want to do this tomorrow, too?
Yeah, we can do it
This is
tomorrow.
awesome.
That's the name of the hardware that drove this VRMMORPG, Sword Art Online. The basic structure of this machine is totally different from the old ones. Unlike the old-style man-machine interface hardware collected in years, with the signals of the nerve gear is sending, I said with a shrug. Klein pouted like a kid. You might be used to it now, but for me, it's the first time doing a full dive. Isn't it awesome? Really, it's a relief that I was born in this era. You're exaggerating. But as I laughed, I totally agreed with him. Nerve Gear. That's the name of the hardware that drove this VRMMORPG, Sword Art Online. The basic structure of this machine is totally different from the older ones. Unlike the old-style man-machine interface hardware, like flat-screen monitors or handheld controllers, Nerve Gear only had a single interface, a streamlined interface that covered your whole head and face. Inside, there were numerous signal transceivers. By using the electric signals sent by those transceivers, the gear accessed the user's brain itself. The user didn't use their eyes or ears to see and hear. The signals went directly to their brain. In addition, the machine could access not only sight and sound, but also touch, taste, and smell as well. That is to say, all 5 senses. After slipping the nerve gear on, locking the strap onto your chin, and speaking the initiation command, Link Start, all noise fades away, and you're swathed in darkness. As soon as you pass the rainbow-colored circle in the middle, you're in another world made entirely of the initiation command. Link start. All noise fades away, and you're swathed in darkness. As soon as you pass the rainbow-colored circle in the middle, you're in another world made entirely of data. So, half a year ago, this machine, which started selling in May 2022, successfully created virtual reality. The electronics company which created the nerve gear called the actual act of linking to the virtual reality full dive. It was a total seclusion from reality.
As soon as we're done with this series, I'm gonna start Excel World. The books. I mean, the books. You know, the books. Nikki.
I'm here.
I'm gonna start the books of Excel World as soon as we're done with this.
Alright, that's fine.
So, like, as soon as we're done with the, all the volumes of this series, I'm gonna start the Excel World version.
Speaking of the word "full," the reason for this is that the nerve gear not only sent fake signals through the five senses, it also blocked and rerouted the orders the brain sent to the body. This can be called the most basic requirement for moving freely in virtual reality. If the body received the brain signals when the user was in full dive, the moment the user decided they wanted to run, their actual body would run into a wall. Because the nerve gear could reroute the commands that the brain sent through the spinal cord, Klein and I could both move our avatars around freely and swing our swords around. We've completely leapt into the game. But the effect of this experience captivated me and many gamers like me, to the point where we were sure that we could never go back to the old touch pens or motion sensors. Klein was staring at the wind passing through the plains and the castle walls off in the distance, with actual tears in his eyes. So, Assail was the first game for the nerve gear that you've played? I asked. Klein, looking like a calmly handsome warrior from the Sengoku period, turned his head.
Son Goku?
Smiling and nodding. Yeah. If he wore a serious expression on his face, he had an impressive bearing about him worthy of an actor from a historical play. Of course, this was different from his actual body in the real world. It was an avatar made of nothing, based on choosing from a list of options. Of course, I looked like a ridiculously handsome protagonist from some fantasy animation as well. Klein continued in his low bass voice, which, of course, was different from his real voice as well. Well, to be exact, I sort of bought the hardware in a rush after I managed to get my hands on SAO. There were only 10,000 in the first batch, so I suppose I was really lucky. Well, if I think about it, you were 10 times luckier when you got picked for beta testing. Nearly 1,000. Yeah, I suppose. Klein kept staring at me. I unconsciously scratched my head. I remembered replaying it with enthusiasm that Sword Art Online created when it was announced to the media that was yesterday. Your foundation for being a full dive. However, due to the integration of the actual machine, only unremarkable titles came forth from the all-important software. They were all puzzles, education-related, and environmental game, causing discontent among gamers like me. Nerve gear can truthfully render a virtual reality. But you could only walk 100 meters before you hit a wall in that world. It was a really huge letdown. It was almost unavoidable that hardcore gamers like me, who had been deeply absorbed in the experience of being within the game, started anticipating a certain game genre. We'd been waiting for a network response game, the kind that let millions of players log in and race, fight with, and live as a character of their own. That is to say, an MMORPG, where the anticipation and craving reached its limit. The first VR MMORPG was announced just in time. Sword Art Online. The stage began with a floating castle consisting of 100 floors. The players lived in a world with 4 same lengths, relying only on their sword and survived to discover their route to the upper floors, defeat countless monsters, make their way endless to the top. Magic, considered an indispensable part of fantasy MMORPGs, had been boldly left out. An almost endless number of skills called sword skills were created. It's part of the plan that the players actually feel the experience of fighting with their own bodies through full dive as much as possible. Skills were covered, including
Yes. Yes.
Dad, well, Darren's gonna be ready in 5 minutes. Okay.
Okay.
What happened?
He's gonna be ready in 5 minutes.
You probably should just get off now, Darren.
Yeah.
It's gonna get late. It's like 7:20.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
7:21.
So
just get off. Say goodnight to me.
I'm gonna send you chapter 2 first.
Are you gonna come out?
Nice
In a
to meet
minute.
you.
Okay. But they go into detail here.
Yes, I know. They do.
Really good one. A really, like in a book.
I know.
So I'm sending you chapter 2
Okay.
so that you can look
You gonna say goodnight to me? I'm here on cam.
on cam. But
Oh, yes.
on cam, but I probably should just get off of everything.
Yeah, you should get off of it.
By the time, but come on. Now it's taking forever. Okay. I sent you chapter 1 and chapter 2.
Well, thank you. And I was saying to myself, I just need you to say goodnight to me so you can get off. Okay? So you better hurry
Do
up,
that. Let me just do that. Because, like, I don't want to get...
Well, hurry up there, okay? So we can say goodnight, please.
I'm trying.